Okay, we're live.
Going live, testing. Hopefully this works out. We should get some type of notification. I knew it. It was too good to be true.
Ask your mom.
Back over here.
She hasn't
Get back
gone on
over
it
here.
yet.
She'll be hopping on.
Okay.
Let me tell
Man,
her.
this is crazy.
So talk about.
Yep, see, that's Satan working.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that was
Yeah.
Satan working
Must be good.
100%. And what?
Not Kaya.
Okay,
we-
yes,
we-
we are live.
See, we're working.
Oh,
what
that's
what
weird.
drove me nuts is the fact that we were working right off the bat, and then of course we're getting such great feedback from the audience, which we thank you so much. And I say bring it on. We'll answer however we can. We'll go as long as we need to answer these questions.
Right.
I mean, we're here for y'all. And man, it was like emotional roller coaster towards the very end. But so we ended before the mass chaos happened, and then Kaya, we're gonna go ahead and
She
just
didn't do it.
pitchfork this blame to
No,
you.
it's
on
not
this
her.
one.
It's Duracell.
But it's Duracell batteries, and if you feel like sponsoring Reborn, or we can get better equipment, we would be very humbled about that and honored.
Someone just
But-
said Kaya broke it.
Kaya, bro.
Kaya.
But
Okay.
we were talking about how we grow that path back to the relationship.
Right,
and
right.
everything. And I know one of the comments from one of our viewers earlier was stating about hashtag free will, but about how we were so quick to always blame the devil and never ourselves because of it.
Yeah, we can't blame.
And that's what the devil was like, no, we're unplugging this
It tells
audio.
us to resist the devil, but and you see, but you never see where the devil can't make you do anything. I think we use this example before. The best example of that is the maniac of Gadara. He had 600 demons in him. You know, he had a legion of demons in him, and yet when Jesus came to that shore, even the 600, the legion of demons, could not keep that maniac, could not keep that man from Jesus. And you see him running to Jesus at that time. So it ultimately it comes down, and whoever said free will was absolutely right. We get to choose, and one of the statements we made Wednesday night was, God gives us and affords us free will. He would not, therefore, I believe, allow Satan to take our free will away.
Right.
Satan also has to give us a free will. And so, well, he made them, Adam and Eve, he did not make them eat the fruit. He just I think, perpetuated a doubt that they already had started in their own minds. But that's my personal opinion on that. But he didn't make them take that fruit. They did it. So, no, the devil doesn't make us do it, right?
Right.
He's very good at observing. He's a Sherlock Holmes of being able to see the sins that we commit, or the things that catch our eye, and then he'll throw them back up again. Throw them back. Here they are. Here they are. I was talking to Laura, my wife, today about I need to get on this promotion site and buy some business cards. I didn't have anything. Nothing was up. My computer wasn't up when I set it. And by the time we got to the restaurant to eat, I looked on my email, and there was a 20% off for that thing.
Isn't that the most creepy?
That's how Satan works. And Google and Satan. They both work the same way. And then they throw it out there at you.
That's why when I walk by my wife's phone, I'm always like,
wow. You know what they say about boats? That's a hole in the water you throw money in.
Yeah. Well, I'll say whatever.
And I'll say the horses are the same way. So
more sports cars.
More sports cars.
And so hopefully I change the algorithm up on her phone. That way it's always in her mind of what she wants to get me.
Yeah.
But but no.
So we want to get back on the path. We've got to know that Satan's going to fight us. He's going to entice us more. And the other side of that, he'll create more storms. So we'll go, well, see, I tried to get closer to God and things just got worse, right?
Yeah.
We need to get back into the house of God with the people of God and the Word of God. And we need to be back,
You need to be able to go all 9 rounds. That's the best way to put it.
When he said put on the whole armor of God, putting on a piece of it doesn't help.
No.
Right? You got to put on the whole armor of God.
That's like if you just give them the leg plates and everything, and they're like, yeah, I can defend anything. Stab.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't. It's only a flesh wound.
So we had a question that said, so devil can't make us. What about the demons?
Demons can't make you do anything either. Again, the example would be the maniac of Gadara.
Yeah.
He's got this multitude of demons in him, which, by the way, were invited.
Mhm.
He invited them in. But when he wants to get to Jesus, the demons can't hold him back. They can't keep you from Jesus when you want to get to him. Well, now, what you choose to do when you get there, it's also your free will. Right?
Yeah.
It's funny how that works. Just the irony of it
Mhm.
when it comes to free
Well,
will.
we got to get the Exorcist movies and all that out of our heads about how we think Satan works. Right? You can't.
I mean, Job. I mean, for people at home to do a little bit of like extra studying and about how strong can you make your walk with God.
Mhm.
Personally, it's one of my favorite stories is Job. I mean,
Mhm.
that's a great story
Yeah.
to really learn and understand how your path should be. And then honestly, another one is Ezekiel.
Mhm.
I mean, he looked like the crazy man in the streets when he was yelling, but he was still doing it for God while people walked around him.
Yeah. I think with Job, you see the same thing. Satan created the environment around him where, let's see if I can change, because the real battle is not power, strength. God's got that. Omnipotence, God's got. It's not about creation. It is about who gets our character. Does Satan get it, or does God get it? Right. And so that's what Satan was working on. Adam, Eve, David. That's for your mom. And
Someone got
they,
called out.
John, I didn't say her name, but
Someone really got called out.
but
And
see what
if
Job.
he's not here next episode,
Yeah.
we'll make sure we find a replacement as quick as we can.
It won't be hard to do. But you see that Job. Would your mom say something?
I heard that. You're doomed.
I'd say she can't catch me, but I can't run. So
You can cheat.
we see Job. Let's see if I can create all this calamity, and if I create this calamity, he'll curse God, and he doesn't. Let's see if I can take all of his health away. The only thing he had left. Right? His wife cursed God, he died. And but you notice he can't make him do anything.
No.
Right? All he can do is present. And by the way, people think, well, Satan will throw this money at me and do. God said you could do anything you want with Job, and when he could do anything he wants, he steals, kills, and destroys.
Yeah. He deals with everything outside of
I've watched it with people I've watched it with young people that are doing, team department since I was, 1980. I've been dealing with team. And you watch it, they get up in a crowd and they get away from God, and then they come, if they do come back, when you come back, then what did I do? I got caught up in that.
It's funny how you bring up the teens and everything. And with that, I actually find it almost similar to how just the story of the Israelites, if I'm correct, during the story of Judges, where they're going through problems. God sends a judge to help them. Now they're feasting in the glory of God. Yeah. Then they question God after just being helped by him.
Once everything's okay.
And then back to square one.
Yeah.
And then just the continuous circle of...
It's a cycle of sin, rebellion, hog pen, restoration, and back, right?
Yeah, it's just a continuous
But you see,
360.
you think, well, how often will God do that? Well, go read Judges. You keep going, don't keep going, right?
Yeah, it keeps going.
And the strength, the odd thing about
Samson falling for it.
Samson is a different type of judge. Israel got to the point where they wouldn't, this is the hardened heart, they wouldn't repent anymore. Mm-hmm. They were in bondage with the Philistines and they would not repent. And so what does God do? He sends Samson. What does Samson do? He's a disruptor, right? He never, he obviously accomplishes what God wants, but he never becomes what he could be. When you got that kind of strength, all he did was keep a rift between Israel and the Philistines. Mm-hmm. Well, if you won't come to me, I'll create the rift and, between the two. So Samson was a disruptor judge in that. And God will do that to us. He'll bring the disruptors into our life to go, everything's messing up. Everything, well, when are you going to get back? Well, as soon, we always do this. As soon as God takes care of this, and I'll do that. And God's going, well, I'm waiting for you to, why don't you trust first and then see what I can do?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I think overall, and I know we're going over to more usual time, and I appreciate everybody that actually just hung out with us, and
thanks for the ones that waited.
Absolutely, the ones that hopped back on and kept on, using that pitchfork to prong us and get some more answers out of them. I appreciate those people the most because that's what we're here for. We're wanting to answer these and do whatever we can to help everybody grow more spiritually.
Yeah, and I do want to say before we leave that I really appreciate how your mom asks questions. She really puts me in a place where I need to study more because I know that she's I really appreciate what your mom does to help me in my growth. You think that'll work?
I don't think so. I think when it comes to my mother, once you burn that bridge, you're done. There's no rebuilding it whatsoever. And it was nice knowing you. It was nice to have you part of Reborn and everything. And we'll make sure me and Kyle will do some interviews if anybody wants to put in for his position after next week.
Yeah.
So
hopefully this really does help folks. The biggest thing you need to know is that no matter how far you go, God will, if you come back to Him and repent, He will take you back.
Have you ever watched Homeward Bound?
Is that the dog thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's.
I've got grandkids, so I have to watch it.
I bet it's so depressing. But I feel like that's like our journey. You go along with this owner, and then in our scenario would be God, and you have that little bit of a rift where you create that separation, and during all that you're going through all these trials and just fighting for it until the very end when you see that you're reconnecting back with God, and that relationship and bond just sticks from there.
This is another one of those weird things. I was talking to Laura, and I said, you know what? We have remember that movie Signs? Remember that? Mel Gibson.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's really a good. It's really a good movie because my mom and dad said, "Well," I said, "You need to watch this." They go, "Is it like an alien movie?" I go, "No, actually, it's not. It's a movie on faith. It's a movie about faith. A guy that lost his faith, and then saw how God had worked in all the things that he thought were disasters. God, I mean, I was watching that, and this is the thing that gets me. Watch it again.
He loses his wife.
And he goes, "See, God hates me, and I hate God." And then as this alien thing is happening, you see him. She was talking crazy. She said, "Tell Merle to swing away." And when you get to that part in the movie where he looks around at things, I think everybody's seen it except for her.
Out in the early 2000s.
Yeah, and he looks up on the wall and he looks at Merle and he looks at what's going on. His brother, and he goes, "Swing away, Merle." He found out that God had put everything in place for just that time.
Yeah,
and it's when I hear him go, "Swing him away, Merle," I'm like, I get goosebumps because I go, man, he found it. It came back. He saw
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I never.
Think about
that I've seen that
again
movie
now.
so many times. I've never put that correlation.
We kept
together.
watching it because we kept trying to.
Yeah.
They said, "Do you see the alien up there? Do you see the alien here?" I go, "No." I had to go back and watch it again. But the
only part that made me jump is when there was that scene in Brazil.
Oh man, when it walks,
I was like literally up to the TV when he sprung out.
Oh yeah, I was way too close, right?
But I mean,
that's great.
First off, thank you everybody. Thank you for going through the technical difficulties with us. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for just supporting us. We are at 92 subscribers still, and that is just a blessing in itself. I mean, we are literally 8 away, and I mean, our goal is to probably hit 100, hopefully by the end of the month. So just spread the word for Reborn. I mean, I know I started this project over a year ago and been working at it, and then I plugged Brother Ed in, and to go through it. I mean, I went through my little separation of it and everything because of just how I overstacked and overloaded what I wanted to do without stepping back and seeing the big picture of what I needed to do. And then adding Kai onto this team has been a huge help because she's taken on so much of this key roles and everything. And that has just been the biggest gift ever to help me out.
And, well, we use her phone for TikTok, so
Yeah.
the Chinese can't get our stuff, right?
Exactly. But if you haven't and you want a good laughter and everything, go click our YouTube shorts. I mean, we're kicking it off pretty good. I'm gonna need to find some better hiding spots and get some better cards. And I'm glad you're hopping on this train too. You'll find that autograph card and not the gold. I mean, there are gold cards, but
I was shocked when I got that Bo Jackson. I'm like, all right,
but
these are guys I know.
I mean, this is just a little bit of what I like to collect. And Kaya, as you see, Brother Ed has nothing.
I was collecting Bibles for a while, but it was like, oh man, forget that.
But thank you for all to be here in the Holy Dome. And what we're going to say is 4 are in, 1 is out, and we're offline. Thank you. See y'all later.